Have you guys made a decision on is Aidan going to get some more action or is it Jimmy G if healthy?
Well, Jimmy would be. I mean, we're still waiting and seeing. We're still in that same under the same conversation we were last week until he clears. So he would have to clear first, and then we could talk about that. But yeah, if he is, then that's what we would do.
So Josh McDaniels has officially confirmed that Jimmy Garoppolo will be the starting quarterback as soon as he passes the concussion protocol. Now keep in mind, he isn't actually healthy yet. He hasn't passed the protocol. And there's even a chance he actually misses this upcoming game and Aidan O'Connell's the starting quarterback for one more week. All of that's possible. But when Jimmy G is healthy, he's the quarterback according to Josh McDaniels. And today we're going to talk about that. If you guys asked me yesterday or even earlier this morning if it should be Aidan O'Connell or if it should be Jimmy G, I would have told you guys without hesitation it should be Aidan O'Connell. But the more I think about it and the more that I've now watched the tape, right, and I think that's like the big thing for me. After watching the tape, I don't know if I'm 100% ready to give up on this season. And I think rolling forward with Aidan O'Connell means you are giving up on this season. I think if the Raiders decide, hey, let's start Aidan O'Connell the rest of the season, I think you're ultimately sending the message out that you're tanking the rest of the season. Aidan O'Connell's not getting the Raiders into the playoffs. It's just not going to happen, right? Not that he's not a good quarterback or he can't develop into a good quarterback, but most rookie quarterbacks don't win a lot of games. Like, it is rare that you get a rookie quarterback come in and have success. The way Justin Herbert had in the past, the way that CJ Stroud is currently having right now for the Texans. That's just not that rare, right? Or that just doesn't happen that often, right? It's rare. Aidan O'Connell, I don't think, is going to come in and win the Raiders 9 games. I don't think he's going to get us into the playoffs. And that doesn't mean that as the game went on yesterday, he didn't look better and better and better. Because honestly, as the quarters went on, Aidan O'Connell started getting a little comfortable, right? But to me, I'm just not 100% ready to give up on this season yet. And I think if you want to continue to try to win football games, to try to get in the playoffs, I think the best thing forward for the Raiders is to roll forward with Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo has not been perfect this season. But one thing Garoppolo's done is he's gotten the ball out. He's seen the schemes and the designs by the play caller, and he's been able to stand in the pocket and deliver the passes downfield. Right? He's at least been able to push the ball downfield. And Aidan O'Connell yesterday struggled to see the field a little bit. Again, he's a rookie. That's definitely normal, and that's definitely expected. But if you're going to roll forward with Aidan O'Connell, you would expect that every single week, basically, right? It's going to take him 5 weeks from now to really start to get the feel for things, right? And to me, if that's what the Raiders want to do, go for it. But you're basically saying that the season's over. And I'm not sure if the Max Crosbys, if the Colton Millers, if the Devontae Adams are signing up for that, right? To me, those guys are signing up to win football games this season. Right? I don't think any of the Raiders players are saying that, hey, the season's over. We're 1-3. There's nothing but going downwards at this point. I think the players are actually, thinking to themselves that we can still win football games. We just got to come together as a team. Max Crosby talked a little bit about it and talked about how both the offense and the defense have to get it done. The offense has to stay on the field and have success. The defense has to get off the field and keep the other opposing offense from having that same success. And that's all true. And I think with Jimmy G, you're giving yourselves the best chance to have success. And I only say what I say because, I think Jimmy Garoppolo in the first 3 weeks has looked average at times. But I also feel like the run game hasn't gotten it going, especially the way we saw what Josh Jacobs kind of did yesterday. To me, Josh Jacobs definitely looked better on certain plays. Now, there were some plays where I questioned what the hell this guy was doing. He had a power run to the inside, and for some reason he tried bouncing it to the outside. I'm not sure if the Colton Miller backside block here, maybe it was a little bit too much pressure for him. But plays like that left me scratching my head. But then there were a lot of other plays where this guy caught the ball, made people miss, just did really nice things out in open space. And I almost feel like if Jimmy Garoppolo has a little bit more help from Josh Jacobs, if he gets a little bit more help from the defense, if Marcus Peters has a pick six, if Divine Diablo's fumble in week 1, if the Josh Allen, sack here, the pick here, if those little moments within the game go the Raiders' way, we could easily be 3-1 today, right? I think we could have beaten the Steelers, and I think we should have definitely won yesterday against the Chargers. In fact, I think with Jimmy Garoppolo yesterday, we had a much better shot to win. And I say that only because I feel like Aidan O'Connell, being a rookie, is prone to turning the ball over. Right? He's prone to making mistakes. He's prone to getting sacks and holding onto the ball just a little bit too long. In fact, it doesn't surprise me that in one game, Aidan O'Connell was sacked 7 times, as opposed to Jimmy Garoppolo in 3 games was only sacked 4 times. It doesn't surprise me, right? One's a rookie, one's 5, 6, 7 years into the NFL. To me, I think the Raiders, if they don't want to tank and if they truly want to have success, should roll forward with Jimmy Garoppolo. But I'm going to put a limit on that. All right, I'm going to say Jimmy G has about 5 to 7 games to really get this offense going, to really show us that he can have success. And if he can't do it, I'm rolling forward with Aidan O'Connell the rest of the season, because I want to see what Aidan O'Connell has before saying it's time to trade up and take a rookie quarterback. There's a good chance that the Bears are going to have the number 1 overall pick. Or rather, it's their own pick or the Carolina Panthers pick, which, remember, they traded the Panthers last season for, Bears had the first overall pick. They traded it to the Panthers. So rather it's 1 or 2 of those picks, the Bears are likely going to have the first overall pick. So if the Raiders are going to trade up for that pick, the Raiders are going to have to give up a whole lot to trade up to get Caleb Williams, assuming the Bears don't just take Caleb Williams themselves. But my point is if the Raiders do decide that they're going to go with the rookie quarterback at the end of this season, I would love to see what Aidan O'Connell actually has. But I don't think we should tank the season starting today. I think the smart move is to go with Jimmy Garoppolo and see if we can win a game or 2. Right? What if we win the next 3 or 4 games, or win 75% of the next 4 games? Right? We're right there. We're 3-3, 3-4, 4-3. Like, the season's not over. There's so many games left, and I know it seems like it's going to be so hard to rack in a couple of wins, and it is. But I think the Raiders can still do it. And although the coach is telling us that Jimmy G's at least for the short term, the future, I think that's the right decision. I want to know what you guys think. Would you guys go with Jimmy Garoppolo, or would you guys go with Aidan O'Connell for the rest of the season? Personally, Jimmy G for me, but I am giving that a short leash, right? I'm not giving it more than 5 to 6 games. And I understand why Josh McDaniels wants to roll Jimmy G, because obviously for him, it's his coaching record, it's the wins and losses for this team. It's what he sold some of these players on as they kind of came, right? Josh McDaniels wants to win 8, 9 games by the end of this season to show that, hey, going into next year, we're going to push for the playoffs. He doesn't want to get fired being 2-15, right? He doesn't want that. So he's not going to roll forward with Aidan O'Connell. But we'll see what actually ends up happening. The season is still a very, very long season. 13 games left. So, we got a lot of months to go. We'll see as the Raiders kind of keep developing and keep progressing. What do you guys think about this roster? I'm going to have a film breakdown dropping on Aidan O'Connell. Most likely tomorrow I'll have that done and have it uploaded. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.